Om Ajnanatikramansya Jnansamashvakaya Sachudrakamyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Chaitanyamanavistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Smamapakadam Nikadate Swaram Vandeham Shiyo Shiyuda Padakamalam Shiyo Vaishnam Sham Shiyo Pamjagatam Sagam Vignatam Tam Tam Sajivam Sovitam Savitam Vaisam Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sangamita Shiksham Vitam Sham Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jatpate Gopesha Goprakanta Madakanta Mastate Tapta Krishna Kumare Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shivam Devi Panamama Haripe Vanka Kalpta Visha Kepa Sindhu Visha Patnam Bhavanabhyo Vaishvyo Namo Namah Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Yadvaita Dada Shivasa Digaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnudev Krishna Vishvaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswate Deve Gopalani Vachagani New Vishesh Kanspini Bhante Paskachalani Srila Prabhupada Je suis très heureux d'être avec vous aujourd'hui sur l'apparition du Seigneur des. I'm very happy to be with you today on this auspicious day of the appearance of Lord Nrsimha. That I will make a presentation and show many pictures of Lord Nrsimha. And I will point to important lessons we can learn from this pastime that in the Srimad Bhagavatam 7:9-15, these are the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. Prayers he offered to pacify Lord Nrsimha after the killing of Hiranyakashipu. Lord Nrsimha remained very, very angry. And Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, none of the demigods could pacify him. And Lord Brahma pushed forward Prahlad Maharaj, saying, he came for you, you pacify him. And then he offered this beautiful prayers, and this is one of the prayers. Naham vivemi agitate divaya nakasya ivakkanitra uputiras rabaso kadam andrashaya satayakesha sankarnam iratapita ihibat aribet nakarat. My Lord, who are never conquered by anyone, I am certainly not afraid of your ferocious mouth and tongue, your eyes bright like the sun, or your frowning eyebrows. I do not fear your sharp teeth, your gallant intestines, your mane stoked with blood, or your high witch-like ears. I do not fear your tumultuous roaring, which makes elephants flee to distant places, or your nails, which are meant to kill your enemies. Tupola Maharaj says to Lord Nrsimha, I'm not afraid of you. That it's of course Lord Nrsimha's appearance was a very fierce appearance and most dangerous for non-devotees. So we know that a lion is very fearsome for other animals, but the cubs of the lion, they are not at all afraid of the lion. Srila Prabhupada gives examples of this. Maybe we can put this a little lower. Hare Krishna. So it's like the water of the sea. We look at the ocean. The water is very dreadful for all living entities, especially the living entities on the land. But within the sea, there are many fish. They are unafraid. Why is the fish unafraid? Because it has taken shelter of the ocean. So even the smallest fish has taken shelter of the ocean. It is said that when you have rivers like the Ganges, it can even elephants are taken away by the flooding rivers of the Ganges. But a small fish in the river can swim opposite the current. There was a lesson that we learned here, that the devotee always takes pleasure in worshipping the Lord, whatever form he has, either pleasing or fierce, he takes shelter of the Lord. So this is another verse, 7, 8, 17. The 8th chapter, which we read this morning during the class, is about the appearance of Lord Nrsimha. And before this appearance, there was a not so pleasant conversation between Hiranyakashipu and his son Prahlad. Because Prahlad had said to his father, his demon father Hiranyakashipu, my Lord is over-pervading. That's your strength and my strength come from the same source. And this source, the Supreme Lord, is all-pervading. So Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj, challenging, where is your Lord? You speak about your Lord. You say he's all-pervading. Is he in this pillar? And Prahlad Maharaj fearlessly replied, yes, my Lord is everywhere. Therefore, this is one of the reasons why Lord Nrsimha appeared. he wanted to make the words of Prahlad Maharaj true. And so he appeared from the pillar. So he also showed, like as Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Nami Bhakta Pranashati. My devotee will never perish. Of course, Lord Nrsimha appeared to make the words of Prahlad Maharaj true. Prahlad Maharaj is the role model of a pure devotee, the most exemplary devotee. And to such a pure devotee, the Lord always makes the words of such a pure devotee true. We have other examples in the scriptures. Narada Muni said to Nalakuvera and Manijeva, after having cursed them, that he said, but you will be liberated. You will stand as trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, and the Supreme Lord will liberate you. So therefore, we see in the Damodar pastime, Krishna had to deliver Manijeva, Nalakuvera, by bringing down these twin Arjuna trees that also that Srila Prabhupada is a great example of pure devotee. When Srila Prabhupada was in New Mayapur, Lalawell Mayapur, then he said in a lecture on the Bhagavatam, that's 1976, his last visit to New Mayapur. He visited 2, 3 times. Yeah. And he said in that lecture, I promise you, if you chant 16 rounds japa daily of the Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, and you follow the regulative principles, you will go back to God. He promised that. So if we do that, Krishna has to fulfill that promise. So that gives us hope. So to prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial, in other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of God at Hari exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus, the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. He took this form because he wanted also to respect the words and the benedictions of Brahma. He wanted also to uphold that. So he was not a man, not an animal. Therefore he took this fierce form. Now, that this is a first verse of 2 verses from the 5th canto of the Bhagavatam. We know the pastimes of Lord Nrsimha is in the 7th canto. And in the 5th canto, there in the 18th chapter, because in the 5th canto, the entire universe is described with all the planetary systems. And one of the planetary systems is Jambudvip. It's it's an assembly of many planets, Jambudvip. And one of the Vakshas, or the planets there, is Hari Vaksha. And in Hari Vaksha, Prahlad Maharaj is now in Hari Vaksha, it's there. That's where he resides now. And all the residents of Jambudvip, they are worshipping the Akshavigra form of the Lord. Akshavigra form is a Sanskrit name for deity form. So Prahlad Maharaj is worshipping every day in Hari Vaksha the deity form of Lord Nrsimha. Every day that he's worshipping this form, and he does his puja, and then he prays to the Lord 2 verses, and this is the first one. And it's such an important verse, because if we want a relationship with Krishna, then we must take away of everything what's between us, what keeps us from that, away from that relationship. We must take it away. And therefore, this prayer, and this prayer is a very important prayer, because Srila Prabhupada in his commentary on this prayer said, devotees should learn to pray like this. And it is, Om Namo Bhagavate Nrsimhaya Namaste Asya Vipravavachanagavachadamstakamasya Randaya Tamogasagasa Abhayamatmani Bhiviste Om Shram. Translation. I offer my respectful obeisance unto Lord Nrsimha, the source of all power. O my Lord, who possesses snails and teeth just like thunderbolts, kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for fruitive activity in the material world. Please appear in our hearts and drive away our ignorance, so that by your mercy we may become fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world. So here, Prahlad Maharaj is praying to the Supreme Lord. Purify my heart. You have these sharp nails, which are like scissors. You conduct now the operation. Go in my heart and take all the dirt away. So, of course, he will also take away our attachment. And many times we don't want it. We want to become purified, but not right now. But Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, you should have the courage to pray like that. To take away everything what hampers our relationship. And that's it. And what hampers our relationship is lust, anger, greed in our heart. So he prays, take it away. Srila Prabhupada writes in the commentary of this verse, unless one is completely freed from all material desires, which are caused by the dense darkness of ignorance, one cannot fully engage in devotional service to the Lord. So, a devotee prays for purification in the heart. Also in the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Karina Manasa Bhutya Kevala Indiyarapi, a yogi always strives for purification of one's existence, to get a pure heart. So any devotee, Srila Prabhupada writes, aspiring to be free of material desires, should offer his respectful prayers to Nrsimha as Prahlad Maharaj did in this verse. So today is a good day to pray to Lord Nrsimha. Be merciful to us, cleanse our heart, take away from our heart all these attachments for sense gratification, which is only for the body, which we will have to leave soon. No, re-establishing our relationship, our eternal relationship of love with Krishna, much more important. So, of course, Prahlad Maharaj has been teaching his schoolmates the science of Bhagavad Dharma, which is the real Sanatan Dharma, the real religion is Bhagavad Dharma, is engaged in devotion service to the Supreme Lord. And he was teaching this to his schoolmates, and he made many devotees. All these sons of these demons became devotees. Although they were trained by Sonda and Amarka, their sons of Sukracharya, was teaching them about how to divide and rule that. But Prahlad Maharaj was not interested. His divide and rule is based on friends and enemies. And he didn't like that duality. That's an illusion. And the entire world for the moment is engrossed in that. And that's on so many levels that but Prahlad Maharaj rejected these materialistic teachings. And during the break, he was teaching his schoolmates. They had kirtan, Krishna Katha, hearing about Krishna. So Prahlad Maharaj, he was protected by Lord Nrsimha. That in so many ways, they tried to kill him by throwing him from a cliff. And when he fell down, the stones became softer than cotton. They could not hurt him. Here they boiled him in cooking oil, but the oil was refreshing for Prahlad. And they put him with serpents, but the poison of the serpents could not hurt him. They engaged a mad elephant to trample him, but the elephant bowed down before Prahlad. And so many ways they tried to kill Prahlad, but nothing worked. This here is Hiranyakasipu. His son Prahlad, 5 years old, was bathed and dressed very nicely and brought before his father. His father affectionately put him on his lap and asked his son, "My son, what did you learn in school? Tell me the best you have learned in school." Like a father of a mother asked their son, "What did you learn today in school?" And Prahlad Maharaj is thinking, the best I've learned, I will give him the best that I've learned from my spiritual master. He said, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevnam Archam Valnam Dasam Sakyam Atmani Vedanam. 6 forms of devotional service to Vishnu hearing about Krishna, remembering Krishna, speaking about Krishna, that serving the lotus feet of Krishna, engage in deity worship, and so on, all to Lord Vishnu. And Hiranyakasipu became very angry. He called the teachers and said, "Who has polluted the consciousness of this young boy? There must be some Vaishnava secretly preaching to him. Vishnu is our enemy. He has killed my brother." And he threw Prahlad from his lap, as we see here. And, of course, this is the appearance of Lord Nrsimha from the pillar. And we see that Hiranyakasipu is surprised, thinking, what is this? He cannot make anything from it. Is it an animal? Is it a man? He thought it's Lord Vishnu who appears to kill me. But still, he was thinking, I can kill him. That so deep, the illusion. He was thinking, who can fight with me? Everyone is afraid of me, even the demigods. I move my eyebrows and they are fearful. So here from the pillar, so many deity forms. And many. This is the last attack of Hiranyakasipu to Lord Nrsimha. And then Lord Nrsimha grasped him and finished him. These are all pictures from different temples. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was a festival in Surat that and then after that, after he killed Hiranyakasipu, all his followers started to attack Nrsimha. But Lord Nrsimha just by snails finished them all. And then we have Prahlad Maharaj pacifying Lord Nrsimha, offering him a garland. So here you have on the picture Brahma pushing forward Prahlad. You pacify him. He came for you because the demigods could not pacify him. And we see Lord Nrsimha, he sit down on the throne of Hiranyakasipu. One may say, why is he sitting down on the throne of this demon? But Hiranyakasipu is factually Jai. Jai. Jai and Vijay were gatekeepers of Vaikuntha. And Jai and Vijay, they were eternal associates of the Lord. But they had a desire. They knew that everything what is in us is also in Krishna or Narayan. We have, and they were thinking that Lord Narayan must want to have a good fight. We want to give him a good fight. But in Vaikuntha, there are no demons fighting. They are not fighting there. But they have this desire. And therefore, Lord Narayan arranged that they had been cursed by the 4 Kumaras, so that they had to go to the material world for 3 births. They took 3 births as Ravan and Kumbhakarna. Then we have, of course, the first was Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Then Ravan, Kumbhakarna, and then in Krishna's pastime, Sisupal and Dantavakra. They took 3 births. And so Jai was an eternal associate of the Lord who was rendering a service to Lord Nrsimha to give him a good fight, because that service had to be done by a devotee of the Lord, because these demons, they are in this world, they are too weak. So therefore he was sitting down on the throne of Hiranyakashipu, of his devotee Jai. Nrsimha. So many pictures of Lord Nrsimha. Also in the Sri Sampradayam, beautiful deities also. Yes, it is more, softer. Now, this is the second prayer that Prahlad Maharaj is praying every day. The second prayer, when he worships his deity of Nrsimha in Hari Varsha. And that's a very important prayer. Svasta Vishvasya Kalapa Shidam Dayantu Bhutani Shivam Mitodiya Manasavadam Vachata Doksaye Avasyatam no Matirapyamaituki. May there be good fortune throughout the universe, and may all envious persons be pacified. May all living entities become calm by practicing Bhakti Yoga, for by accepting devotional service, they will think of each other's welfare. Therefore, let us all engage in the service of the Supreme Transcendence, Lord Sri Krishna, and always remain absorbed in thought of him. So that's the well-wishing of a devotee. There is so much trouble all over the world because of envy, envious person. This is my country, you out. So many things. And if people become non-envious and pacified, then the problem is gone. But they can only become non-envious and pacified if they engage in pure devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Das Anya Bilasta Sunyam Jnana Karmadhanavitam Anukuli in Krishna Shilna Bhakti Uttama. Pure devotional service, Rupa Goswami said, is service rendered without any material motive, not asking anything in return, just out of love. And one must do that always favorably to please Krishna. That's pure devotional service. And if one does that, all the envy of the heart goes away. That when we chant in that mode, Hare Krishna mantra, our heart becomes quickly pure. That so what is the intention of Prahlad to pray this verse? That because he knew Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Dharma devotional service. You can only serve directly the Supreme Lord when the heart is completely free from envy. So the Bhagavatam is for the Parama Nirmatsaranam, those who are pure in heart. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj, in this verse, he says, Kalapashidam, Kalapashidatam. May all envious persons be pacified. This is in the 9/11, when the two Twin Towers in New York collapsed. Then, a few days later, there was a service in which all representatives of different religions participated. And for us, Ravindra's Prabhupada went to represent us. And what he did is, he just recited this prayer. Because that's the solution. That anyone who takes up Krishna consciousness then and engages himself completely in the service of the Lord, cleanses his mind of all envy. Therefore, we should pray to Lord Nrsimha to sit in our hearts. We should pray, let Lord Nrsimha sit in the core of my heart, killing all my propensities. So that was Prahlad's desire. Let there be good fortune in the entire universe. He requested the Lord to be merciful to everyone, including us. Prahlad Maharaj is praying for us, and including also his father, who was a most envious person. So Srila Prabhupada writes, if the Krishna conscious movement spreads all over the world, and if by the grace of Krishna everyone accepts it, the thinking of envious people will change. Everyone will think of the welfare of others. We'll see now many deities of Lord Nrsimha in many forms. Temples all over India and the world. Om Ugam Vyama Vishnu Svantam Sarvatomukam Nrsimham Vishnu Prabhadram Gaccham Namam Yaham Shri Nrsimha Jai Nrsimha Jai Jai Nrsimha Baladeshi Jaya Padmamukha Padma. This is a deity in Melkote, Karnataka, India, and Gokulanda Prabhu has been there and said this morning that it's a temple maintained by Sri Sampradaya. This is a temple of Nrsimha. in Vishakhapatnam. Beautiful temple, I've been there. That beautiful deity of Nrsimha. Also, Lord Chaitanya has been there on his tour in South India, in that temple, Vishakhapatnam. This is in America, near Vrindavan. This is in Germany. That very special deity with Prahlad on the lap of Nrsimha. Yeah, it's in Bavaria, in German. It's in Bangalore. And this is Mayapur, Nrsimha. That was during the flood. Pujaris offering flowers from the water. Hare Krishna. This is a verse from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. I quoted already. Shri Nrsimha Jai Nrsimha Jai Jai Nrsimha Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Vingam. All glories to Nrsimha Dev, all glories to Nrsimha Dev, who is the Lord of Prahlad Maharaj, and like a honeybee is always engaged in beholding the lotus feet, the lotus face of the goddess of fortune. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 8.5. So, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Ho Nrsimha Dev Ki.